Hey guys, so today I'm going to discuss my slight obsession with rechargeable batteries. And these are the AA, AAA kind, which we use in daily household stuff. I'm also going to tell you how they might have saved me thousands of dollars over the years and some really cool, awesome facts about them. And also why you might want to invest in these as well. So I'll also tell you which brands are better than the others and a bunch of other facts that might help you. So let's go check them out. Okay, so we use AA, AAA batteries for so many things. If you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, you know what I'm talking about. If you have flashlights at home, if you have like flash guns in case you're into photography, these things guzzle batteries. Also computer mouse, a keyboard. There's literally like a million things that I use them for at home. So have you ever bought them and then in 2 weeks realized, oh God, I have to replace them again? Exactly. I haven't in years. Because I buy rechargeable batteries and these are superb, and not only in cost savings but the benefits they give you over the Alkaline in my point of view, which I'm just going to tell you right now. Okay, so these days the batteries that come are all NIMH, and before that used to be NICD, which is basically nickel something, and this is also nickel something. So the NIMH, which has been coming for around 6-7 years now, are way better, like 2-3 times more capacity than the NICD. So make sure you don't get an NICD battery, and chances are right now any rechargeable battery you buy will be an NIMH because these are awesome, and that's exactly what I'm about to tell you. The capacity on these are really superb. In the olden days, rechargeable batteries couldn't store so much. These store a crazy amount of milliamperes. Like you can go to 2400 milliampere, which is quite a bit. You can go to 2500, 2700 as well. These special Eneloop black ones that I have, this is 2500 milliampere. And if you don't know what that is, you should Google it, you'll find out. It's basically the amount of storage this has. And they just outdo alkaline batteries in so many ways. Also, the amount of times you can charge these batteries is insane. Now, if you get like a Panasonic Eneloop, they used to be Sanyo like 4 or 5 years ago, then Panasonic bought them out. These on the website state that you can charge them like 2,100 times. That is insane. And by the way, I have a feeling I've charged them more than that because some of the ones I have here are over 5 years old and they have been used crazy because I use them in my flash guns for photography. These things guzzle batteries, like I said. So you'd use it like twice in the same day. Not that I shoot every day, but I've really used these thoroughly, and the amount of charges that all of these offer now is just on a different level. So I've talked about the storage amount. It gives you a lot of capacity. The long life, you could say, by how many charges you can do. These aren't meant to last a year or two. I think they're meant to last 5 to 10 years. Moving on, one really cool thing is that most of them these days come pre-charged. So you don't have to buy them and then charge them. You can use them straight out of the box, straight out of the packaging. So they're just as good as alkaline batteries that way. You just grab them, put them in, and you can just start using them. Also, a lot of these days are pre-charged with solar power, which is awesome and great for the environment. Which brings me to the other point. These are really much better for the environment than alkaline batteries. Number one is pretty obvious that these are reusable. They're kind of recycled in your house, and these every time you have to buy new ones, so you're going to throw them away. That's just obvious. Also, the factory cost, the pollution, all the energy gone to making these make so much more sense for the environment. So that's a really good angle and benefit about rechargeable batteries. Another thing is these are really safe and reliable, and that's something a lot of people don't realize. You know, when we put in alkaline batteries into some old toy and 3 years later we open it and there's all this crusty stuff around it, that doesn't happen to these. So that's one big benefit. Another great benefit of these rechargeable batteries these days with the technology is that slow discharge is not a problem. You can use these in clocks. 5 years ago, people would say don't use rechargeable batteries for something that discharges really slowly like clocks, etc. Now these are the same. We used to use alkaline batteries and they could just go out for like a year or two in the clocks. These will last the same, but when you take it out, you can just recharge it, start using it for something else. It'll still last you a really long time. So the slow discharge is not a problem anymore. And I think that's also a great benefit. And another reason why these cancel out the alkalines. Now let's talk about cost savings. And I really don't think I have to push this much with you guys because it's just obvious. So you buy a bunch of alkaline batteries for what, $2, $3 for 8. Sometimes they're like $4 or $5, which is expensive. The cheapest are maybe $2, $3. And the same thing is about $12, $13 if you buy rechargeable. Now, if you spend these in one go, and you just recharge these 3-4 times, your cost will be equal. So basically, you buy this once, if it's 3 times more expensive, 4 times more expensive, you will cover that cost in just 4 charges. So that's done. Everything beyond that is an awesome bonus. So it's actually absurd. You cannot compare that with Alkaline. This is just crazy. Yes, I understand you're saying, but what about the cost of electricity to charge these? It's really negligible. I mean, I honestly don't think that's much, but I will factor that in. And honestly, when I did a small calculation about the batteries, the amount I use them, like every 2 weeks I'd have to buy new batteries. And if I look at it for over 5 years, let's actually look at it for over 7 years, the amount of time that I've actually had these batteries. So if you look at this, you'd see that for my Xbox controllers, I have put in 2 batteries a week. That's how much I would use in Alkaline. And the average cost I'd say is $1.50 for 2 batteries if you get good quality ones like Duracell Energizer. That makes $78 a year that I require for Alkaline batteries just for one Xbox controller. By the way, I have 2, but I'm just going to keep it to 1 right now. Then if we look at my photography flash, my average is about 16 batteries a month. That is, sometimes I have a lot of shoots, sometimes I have very little. I just average it over a year, and that makes about 192 batteries a year. So 192 times 0.75, that's the price for 1 battery that I've kept as an average, is $144 a year. Then in general use, yes, I have kids, and I'm going to use about 7, 8, maybe 9 batteries a month. I've just kept it to 8 right now, and that makes $72 a year. So basically, the average Alkaline battery cost per year for me is $294 a year. So now if I want to replace that amount with rechargeable batteries, I would need at least around 24 batteries. Actually, maybe a few more, but 24 should be good enough. And that costs about $30 if you get Amazon Basics. So over 7 years, how long I've had the Eneloops, it would cost me $2,058 to have that many Alkaline batteries. And to calculate how much I'm saving, I'm just gonna minus the cost of the rechargeable batteries, which is about $30 for a pack of 24. That's more than 20 for Amazon Basics, that is. And also I'm gonna minus $100 for electricity. I'm just gonna put it to $10, $12 a year for electricity on recharging these batteries. So that would bring the total to $1,927 over 7 years. And I've had these Eneloops for over 7 years. So that's how much money I have saved over this amount of time. I told you it was thousands of dollars. Okay, it's pretty much $2,000. But when we take into consideration, I'm talking just about batteries, that's quite a bit of money. And when we divide that by 7 years, I'm saving around $275 per year. That's pretty good for batteries, something that's so minor and small. So one thing, the elephant in the room is also the recharger. Yeah, the recharger is really important because that's a cost. And you're like, wait a minute, we're saving all this money, but what about that one initial buy? Yeah, so basically, rechargers are slightly expensive if you get a good one, and please buy a good one. You only buy it once. Don't buy one of these cheap ones. What I mean by a good one is a smart charger. The one that can do a quick charge, like this one does it in 1 hour, and if you press a soft, it does in 2 hours. This can fully discharge and charge the whole batteries to make them get a better life cycle. It kind of repairs old batteries as well. So this is a great one. This is by PowerX. It's called a Maha charger, and it's a C801D, and I've had this for 5 years as well. These things are built solid. They'll last you half a lifetime at least. So definitely invest in a charger. Yeah, you'll spend $50, $60 for one of these, but you won't have to buy it again. It's worth the investment. So get a good charger as well. Now, when we talk about which brands are better, that's a really important thing. Personally, I love Panasonic Eneloops. They're really good. The white ones are the regular. The black ones are the heavy capacity ones. This has like 2500 mAh. These had like 1800, I think. Let me read that actually. I forgot, because I bought these so long ago and they're still going. I'm telling you, this is 5. This is 1900 milliamperes. So I bought these like 5 years ago. It's crazy. And I just bought a bunch of these Amazon ones too. And I have the other Amazon basic ones too. They're all great. I was surprised Duracell and Energizer make really good rechargeable batteries these days. Make sure the capacity is over 1900 milliamperes. They're not like those cheap toy rechargeable ones. They're the proper ones. And you can get the high capacity ones, 2500 milliampere or whatever. So the Duracell do really well. So do the Energizers. Personally, I'm a big fan of Amazon Basics because these cost a really affordable amount of money, and they provide really good value. Although their life cycles I think are not as the same as the Eneloops from what I've read. But still, I'm good with these. But the Eneloops are great. These are really long lasting. I've tried these for years, like half a decade. So I can really talk about that. The ones I suggest not to buy is the EBL. The EBLs do not perform as well as most other brands. So stay away from that. They're really cheap. Forget those rechargeable batteries. Go for these and just liberate yourself from Alkaline. You just don't need that cost and all the other stuff that's associated with it. These are great for cost savings. They're great for the environment. They're great for the capacity, the amount of storage, and the amount of times you can cycle these. It's a no-brainer. You guys should really think about this. If you have anything like a game at home, if you have toys, if you have just basic devices, peripherals. I use it with my mouse. This is a torch. This is a mag light. I love having batteries in that as well. And these things all guzzle batteries. You'd get sick of buying this so many times. But with this stuff, especially with my keyboards and stuff, as I mentioned, it's just so handy to have rechargeable batteries. I never have to think about costs. Oh God, go buy new ones and this and that. So, I rest my case. And I hope you guys get what I'm saying. So anyways, this was my, useless or useful video. I was hoping it'd be useful to you guys. I really believe in this. That's why I made it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit a like, think about subscribing, write a comment down. Let me know what you thought of this. Until our next video, take care. Bye.